I've noticed a bizarre new trend of videos being recommended to me. At first, I thought that was all it was, a vapid trend, but then they just kept coming. Numerous different channels all practicing a similar style that I can't say I've ever seen before. Despite the simplicity and nostalgic style, they always somehow feel refreshing and oddly meaningful. And clearly I'm not alone in this feeling, because all of these creators are seeing rapid success, the likes of which I once again can't say I've ever seen before. But the further I fell down this rabbit hole, the harder I found it to ignore certain questions. Why do these videos resonate with so many people? What does the growing popularity of this genre say about our generation? And what is the deeper purpose of these videos where people just play Minecraft and reflect on life? The most obvious place to start is to explore how we got to this point, and I believe that story starts with the YouTuber JSchlatt. Regardless of your opinion on his character or the type of content he makes nowadays, there's no ignoring the influence of his 2018 magnum opus, A Tribute to Minecraft. By all accounts, at this point in time, the topic of Minecraft was pretty much dead, killed by an excessive flood of Let's Plays and pretentious analytical video essays. Yet in the midst of all that, here was this video, a nostalgic love letter to this game that despite all odds resonated with literally millions of people for its emotional core. Schlatt was not the first person to make emotional video essays like this, obviously, but he might have been the first person to successfully take Minecraft videos in this direction. 5 months later, Schlatt would offer the second piece to this puzzle, a side project called The Weekly Slap. It consisted of weekly ramblings set to Call of Duty footage. Schlatt describes these videos as an homage to an older time on YouTube, where Call of Duty commentaries reigned supreme. No fancy editing or flashy trends, just a guy, a microphone, and some Call of Duty gameplay. Except it would be fair to say that these videos acted more like journal entries than Let's Plays. Taking that same introspective approach from A Tribute to Minecraft, Schlatt would use this series to discuss aspects of life like work, relationships, self-improvement, and the pursuit of happiness. Needless to say, it proved to be a massive hit, once again resonating with tons of people. It demonstrated a huge demand for this type of introspective content, while simultaneously subverting expectations for what a gaming video on YouTube can be.
I'm being honest with you guys, those introspective videos really got me through some rough times in middle school and high school, and even to this day, I still have a few favorite videos from those channels that I'll go back to from time to cheer me up. But there's a noticeable lack of real content today. I want to use my voice in a unique way that not a lot of people do on YouTube these days.
That brings us to now, with this movement that I'm personally labeling as Minecraft therapy content. In the wake of the Weekly Slap's dwindling uploads, Flowstate stepped up and carried the torch. This channel basically continued what the Weekly Slap started, with two major differences. 1, no viewer-submitted messages, and 2, work, school, hobbies, passions, relationships, everything was on the table so long as it was complemented by Minecraft gameplay with shaders on, obviously, gotta have those. And once again, you guessed it, they sold like hotcakes. It scratched that itch for content that resonated on a deeper level, and it ended up building a community at unbelievable speeds. It proved once and for all the value and demand for this type of content. So that's how we got to this trend of people opening up and getting probably way too personal in Minecraft Let's Plays. That's how we reached this point where now everybody is trying to get in on the action, and I predict it's only going to get more common as time goes on. I think there are several reasons why this type of content resonates so deeply and continues to do so well. First, let's address the elephant in the room. Minecraft is a game that is nostalgic for many people. In fact, I'd argue that most people my age have some sort of nostalgic connection to this game. Furthermore, many people have good memories involving not just the game itself, but videos about Minecraft too. I know I grew up watching YouTubers like Captain Sparkles and Sky Does Minecraft all the time. It was always the highlight of my day to come home after school and watch the newest Hunger Games or mod showcase. Even just thinking back on those times makes me feel good. So leveraging that nostalgia makes these videos an easy sell to a certain demographic. I'd argue that it makes the impact of these videos feel even more personal than if they were just filmed in front of some webcam. Secondly, the average person in that specific demographic that has nostalgia for Minecraft is currently somewhere in their 20s, just generally speaking. That age range, perhaps more than any other, is the most terrifying and exciting time of anyone's life. You're facing the fears and anxieties of becoming an adult, gaining independence, and figuring out what the actual hell you're going to do with your life. I believe it is objectively a very transformative time with a lot of pressure. Now, the exact data surrounding this is hard to quantify, but it would appear that for this generation, loneliness has gotten real bad. Obviously, I'll never know what exactly it was like for other generations, but if you're in your 20s right now, you can probably agree that you felt this isolation. There's a serious lack of deep connection. Whether you want to blame that on social media, the pandemic, or any other group of factors is besides the point. The fact of the matter is that when you're 20 years old, facing the uncertainties of the future, and you don't have those deep connections to fall back on, you'll search for them in other places. For many, they find it in the nostalgic sense of security that these Minecraft videos offer. And I'm not here to say that that's either good or bad. It's just what it is. At an age full of questions, this is simply one of the places that a generation finds answers. Granted, these answers are temporary. If you are truly feeling lost, no Minecraft video is going to fix that. You need to form real relationships, care for yourself, and get professional help. In fact, that's what a lot of these very videos recommend. But it still could be a slippery slope that I think is absolutely worth discussing. Because at what point does this become parasocial and unhealthy? Where's the line between simple feel-good content and an unhealthy replacement for real connection?
I don't want you to know all about me. I don't really tend to open up this window of, here's everything about me. Here's my I'm a Virgo, you know, it's like, you're a number for me. I'm sorry. I don't love you. I could tweet that I love you, but that's not true. And when I see relationships being formed like this, that are just so one-sided in nature, I can't help but feel kind of concerned.
I guess it all just comes down to your personal views and relationship with technology. So at best, instead of being this generation's answer to loneliness, perhaps these videos act more as an outlet or a beacon of hope. The encouragement that lost individuals might need to begin a journey of improvement. That's how I like to think of them anyway. A hopeful voice for people who need to hear it. If anything, YouTube videos included, can provide that motivation for someone, then I think that's something very valuable and very important. Like with everything on YouTube, this content has a chance of fading away just as quickly as it popped off. Trends come and go, stuff blows up, gets oversaturated, and dies. No one can be sure that this brand of Minecraft video will stick around and stand the test of time, especially considering how much it relies on nostalgia. However, that's why people are exploring it while it's fresh. You can never know what exactly the future will favor. While the fate of this trend is uncertain, I have my own theory that this specific example is part of a larger change on YouTube. You see, even though I've grown up with YouTube for as long as I can remember, the truth is that it's still a relatively new media format. As it continues to grow and expand, there's inevitably going to be people that desire a little bit more from it. And the success of these new channels, among many other examples, shows that there's already a lot of people who want to see more deep, thought-provoking content. More than just entertainment, they're seeking content that truly resonates and speaks to their personal struggles. There is a space for that on YouTube, and it's only growing bigger and bigger. I just think it's so cool to see the way new media evolves, taking inspiration from past traditions and pushing familiar formats to new heights until what you're left with is something totally unique. Something so representative of a certain point in time and a whole generation. That's how we got this bizarre brand of philosophical Minecraft Let's Plays, and there's no telling where things will go in the future. So although this specific trend may eventually die out, I believe its spirit is here to stay. It will live on as the fuel that inspires future trends, just like the classic Minecraft Let's Plays before it. There's a strange sense of comfort I get from the cycle of YouTube and just art in general. I've seen things blossom, die, and be revived again. No matter how big or small, the waves of change are constant. So in a way, all stays the same. You can call them stupid Minecraft videos, but there's certainly more to them than that. Every creation mirrors its creator and reflects the feelings of thousands, the voices of an entire generation that longs for connection. Through art, there will always be a place for the happy, hopeful, and romantic, just as there will be for the lost, lonely, and nostalgic. Like the vast, pixelated terrain of a new seed, the zeitgeist will fill what was once empty. From fear, from doubt, through creativity set free, at last there's a place here for you and me. Sorry, I was feeling so moved I just had to bust into some improvisational slam poetry. Anyway, check out this cool thing I made. It's got this lever, right? And when you pull it, it does...